Hey everyone, Arashi here, back at another upload, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Darth Nihilus and why exactly he was so powerful and also known as the Lord of Hunger. So for today's video, I'm actually going to start on why he was known as the Lord of Hunger and why Nihilus used such a powerful dark side ability. And it's actually just because Nihilus was injured by the mass shadow generator that Revan had set off during the Mandalorian Wars. The mass shadow generator left little to no survivors on a planet, except for the few that actually would have rather be killed at that point. Nihilus awoke with this insatiable hunger, this hunger that he just couldn't seem to quench. So now he would go around walking around a planet for days, searching for any survivors that had happened to be alive. And when he would find them, he would absolutely drain the Force essence from them themselves, essentially eating the Force out of their body itself in order to quench his hunger. Right after he would eat one, he would immediately be hungry again. He would eventually be found on the planet by Darth Treya and would exchange save his life for helping her secure the entire galaxy for the dark side. And under her rule, Nihilus became her new apprentice. Treya would put limits and restraints on how much Nihilus could actually devour, knowing that he had an insatiable taste to devour the Force itself out of all of his victims. But Darth Nihilus's hunger would just grow and continue growing, and eventually even the Sith were just an obstacle in his way. Treya would eventually find out that Nihilus cared nothing about the Sith, nor did he care about the Jedi. He just wanted to keep devouring and eating the Force itself. She feared that eventually one day after the Jedi were dead that he would come for the Sith, and then after the Sith were dead, he would eat the entire galaxy as a whole. Eventually, with the help of Darth Sion, Darth Nihilus was able to overthrow and completely eat the Force from Darth Treya, draining her of her Force abilities. Now Nihilus was free from the restraints that Darth Treya had put on him, and now he was able to eat whenever he wanted, when he wanted, and whatever it was that he wanted to eat. But first, Darth Nihilus did have a truce with Darth Sion. He agreed to help and spread a Jedi purge. So Nihilus, along with Sion, would go along and kill and eat Jedi's Force abilities all throughout the galaxy. And just as Darth Treya had completely predicted, the Jedi ended up becoming not enough to state and control Nihilus's hunger. But as time and time went on, Nihilus would begin to realize that the more and more he ate, the more of his body would turn into seemingly an abyss. This led him to begin the search for alternative means to state his hunger and to make him feel satisfied. But at this point, even though Nihilus was growing stronger and stronger in the dark side of the Force, it felt like the stronger he got, the more of his body was beginning to disappear and turn into this abyss. So Nihilus, in hopes to remain in the physical realm, would actually tie his spirit to his robes and more specifically his mask. He did this because although his body was fading, he was hoping that him tying himself in his spirit to his mask would allow him to stay in the physical realm to keep eating the Force forever and ever and ever. Nihilus was successful in this, and although there was no man behind his mask anymore, just a spirit or just anything, just nothing there, just an abyss, he would continue to feast on Jedi and Sith alike. Nothing mattered to him any more than just eating and eating and eating and continuing to grow in power. Eventually, Darth Nihilus would actually meet his end, though. With the help of Darth Treya, the Jedi exile was actually able to finally put an end to Nihilus. Though his spirit wasn't fully and completely destroyed though, although it was weak enough to the point where it couldn't do anything, so it's still bound to the mask. And it was rumored that if anybody were to pick up the Darth Nihilus mask again, eventually Darth Nihilus itself will take over, and eventually will be trying to eat the entire galaxy all over again, gaining in power and feasting on Sith and Jedi alike. Anyway, that's all I got for this video, guys. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I personally love Darth Nihilus. He's one of my favorite Sith from Legends. I mean, he was a simple human that was just completely destroyed and turned into a complete and total monster. And the fact that he could actually potentially even return in the future of Star Wars is just crazy to me. It's just insane if you think about it. So let me know how your guys' thoughts are towards Darth Nihilus in the comment section down below. May the Force be with you. And as always, have a great rest of your day.